my first experience of SCEM was when I was 17 years old and I went to Doon near Stirling. It was a completely new type of holiday for me, and there was a lot of fun. I remember one incident where we used to travel to another village near Doon in a Renault 5. There was about 7 or 8 of us managed to cram ourselves into the car, plus a couple of guitars, and if any of you have got a Renault 5, you would know what kind of feat that was to achieve. But SCEM's more than having fun. For us it was a case of being used by God. For many of us, we felt totally inadequate and useless at times, and yet God's Spirit would move in us and would begin to discover some of the gifts that God has given us. Being able to lead a children's club, do door to door, being able to share your faith more openly. Even things like having to pray out loud was a new experience for many of us on a SCEM team. So it was great to do that and to learn these gifts. But SCEM was more than just about what we were getting out of it. We were also giving, and it was great to share your faith and see people have their lives changed, see souls be saved as we went on round doors and as we invited people into the services that we had. It was marvellous to see it. There was a lot of hard work, and yet at the end of it you really felt refreshed spiritually because of what God had been done, and your life affected as much as others.
I remember an occasion where one poor chap, the night before we were all due to leave home, had his clothes taken and put in the deep freeze, which meant that the next morning he was left with a block of ice, and his suitcase was very heavy on the bus on the way home. There's also the famous SCEM cooks, and I remember on one team we worked really hard all day and we come back really hungry, ready for our meal, and to find a solitary banana sitting on each of our plates. And all I can say is there was quite a stampede to the fish and chip shop that evening.
In 1997 I was involved as a leader for the team that visited Olivet in Falkirk, only a mile and a half down the road from us, but we went to Olivet and we had various evenings with various events with children in the morning, and then young folks, teenagers in the afternoons, and then in the evenings we had quite a number of events with adults. One event with adults in particular that stands out was when the Salvation Army band came along and played their music in Olivet Hall. It was packed out, sounds were great, and I think that it was an impressive evening.